This is UTECHPIA's new POE camera with the NVR system. This is the world's first local storage with AI intelligent and zoomability with these cameras. They're crazy. We have 8 of these around our home. One NVR is able to handle all of them. So if you see right here, this unit on the top, you can rotate it around like right here, or wherever you want. This one is actually a fixed 4K camera with 122-degree field of view, so you can fix it in one direction. And this one down here, this one rotates 365 degrees. It's a dual lens, a wide angle lens and a telephoto lens, and it's 2K resolution. So combined, this can give you a really good coverage. This area over here plus this one over here. So what I usually like to do is I usually put one camera this way, for example, and then this one I can point at this direction. When it detects motion over here, this one will zoom over and start zooming in on the subject, wide and telephoto. And when there is nobody, it's monitoring both areas. I love it. So I like to have my fixed lens over here to monitor this area because it's a potential perimeter breach if someone jumps the fence and gets into our yard. And then I have this other PTZ camera right here and call this the home position. That way, it's always looking there and this camera is always looking here. But when there is motion, this one will track all around. And this camera right here, if it detects motion, this one will automatically pan over. So this is one camera, and if you notice, it's hardwired, so it's POE. So we connect the wire and ran it all the way up to our attic where it runs into the POE system. The NVR. It's one cable that provides power and signal for all 8 of our cameras. One unit can handle 8 of these cameras. That's 16 channels of video because the top camera and the bottom camera are 2 separate channels. It's pretty crazy. So this is one camera and you can see how it's capturing this area and also this area right here. So as we move around the house, you'll see where we're installing all these cameras. And this is really good because it has cross-tracking features too. So over here, you can see we got another one right here. And as you see, this one is already pointing here, where this is a very important area for us because this is another perimeter breachable area. We have our glass door here, we have our storage shed here, so we have one lens constantly looking down in this area, and this fixed lens kind of a little bit wider looking at this area. And again, one cable that's going to route over there, and then eventually you see that cable goes right there and it goes up our attic right there and in there. So when we go down from there, we split out to multiple cables, one there and go over here to this one, and then we got another one that went to the camera you saw earlier. So that's a second camera right there. So as we continue to move around the home, you'll see we install these all around our home. So let's go back here. We have another one over here. So this one we mounted a little bit lower, and this is the home position for this lens right here because it's monitoring this area. Again, a perimeter breachable area, our door here, entrance to our garage, and access to our storage units over here. So that's why we have this camera over here. Again, one cable manages everything for us. All right, so coming over here, you'll notice that we have the fixed lens of this one pointing this way. So that's the fixed lens, and it's always looking at around this area. If there's any activity, it's capturing that for us. So going over here, we have the front of our garage. And in front of our garage, we have our old wireless camera here, just for extra footage. We also have a 24/7 recording camera right here. That's wireless, so the signal goes in wireless, and it doesn't always capture all of the stuff. That's why we love the PTZ camera. So you see, this is the one of the new NVR PTZ camera with the POE, comes up there, connects to the attic, and again it has that lens at the bottom that does wide and telephoto, and as you can see, as I move around, it's quite easily tracking me. And then you can see the top lens, that's a fixed one. It's always going to capture this area over here where cars are going to come in our main driveway. So this is a very important key camera for us. If we can only have one camera, it would be this one right here because we have a lot of important traffic going in and out of a garage. Now over here, we're going to loop around the house, and you see we have another camera here, and this one actually does a really good job of dual purpose. So this camera, you see the fixed lens is pointing over on this side. So here's the fixed lens on this side, and that's capturing this area down here so that we can see the sidewalk. Then we have the PTZ component, which will follow me as I move around here. So you see, that one also helps capture and monitors our driveway, even though we already have coverage with that camera there, that camera there, that camera up there, and this camera. But it's nice to have one camera that does a lot of extra coverage too. There's overlapping coverage and there's a cross-tracking. So as I move between around my home, it will cross-track me or any subject, and it will link all the videos together. Really, really useful. So this one camera, if you install it strategically at the corner, you'll be able to see where you would normally need 2 or even 3 cameras. For example, this area over here, this area here, and that area down there. So move along, we have more cameras to cover our home. Now you don't need to use all 8, 4 is plenty, but we want really good coverage. So you'll see we have a lot of cameras, and another one we put is right on front of our main door. So I love the PTZ cameras. Honestly, all I need right here is the 4K 122-degree field of view fixed lens at the top. But the reason why I like to put the S4 camera that has a PTZ at the bottom is because of the fact that that thing tracks me. As I move, you'll see it tracks me. And the little red light right there, it actually does quite a bit of deterrence, right? When somebody sees that, when you see a camera tracking their face, they start to be more cautious and careful, especially thieves, right? So that's why we have this one right here. So it's very important. On the home position, we look at the bottom so we can see any packages that we have. And then this lens right here looks on the side right here. And we control the activity zone. So this one, I don't care about all the cars driving back and forth on our big street. I just care about the people on the sidewalk. So that one has a specific range of view that we ask it to detect. And also these cameras have AI, so it can detect humans, pets, vehicles, and it can identify people that are friends and family versus stranger. And it has a local storage that has a built-in search function. So if I want to, I can search for black shirt and it'll show all the video of anyone with a black shirt, including me, right? Really cool. So then moving around, we have another camera right here, and this is the corner camera. And this one is a little bit redundant, but this one helps captures all the way down the path of this sideway here, and then all the way down the path of that sideway. And again, it's PTZ, right? So you have this lens right here that's looking that way, so it's always going to look at our front porch over there. But this one, the bottom PTZ, the resting position is actually over here. But as you see, it's already tracking us. That's why it's moving with us. But that again is the benefit of these cameras. Because it's tracking you, it makes people more conscious, more aware. Now these are really good in low light because they have the starlight technology. So even in low light, it's great. In really, really low light, there's infrared mode, so you can still see really clearly. And there's even a spotlight. So if you want to, you can turn on a spotlight for super clarity and really good color video. And it has AI technology and everything. These cameras are simply the best cameras I've ever used. I installed one more camera in my garage, but you don't really need to see that because my garage is a mess. But these are the PTZ cameras. It comes with a 2 terabyte hard drive in here already, but you can expand it up to 16 terabyte. Now this is an amazing system, and I'm gonna show you inside my studio where I have the PTZ Start over. No, it says stop and start over. Okay. So now let's go inside where we have the NVR system, and I'll show you how everything interacts with all the cameras, and you have the whole control area. Let's go. So here is where all 8 of the Ethernet cables go. And like I said, each Ethernet cable powers each of those cameras you saw outside, plus 2 video channels. It's awesome. So now we have these cables, and you see it runs down here, and this is the UTECHPIA NVR system. And you see there's lights right here, your hard drive light, your local area network, and your power light. So all the cables connect to this unit, and if you pan over here, you can see back here, there are 8 of these Ethernet cables. Each one is for one camera. They power and they get both signals from the 4K camera and the 2K PTZ camera of each of those S4s come in here. Now, It comes with Ethernet cable, but since I routed my own cable, I can choose the color and I can terminate them to my exact length. That's why these are not the cables that came with the UTECHPIA NVR system. But you can use any Ethernet cable, that should be fine. And then this is the LAN that comes in from the network, so that way you have internet access, you can update firmware, you can access the footage from your local area network as well. And then you have your HDMI here, and you can present the image to a screen if you choose to. And last but not least, you have power right here to power the whole NVR system. So that's it right there. That's the NVR system.